Hi guys! I'm visiting my parents over the weekend and I thought I'd film a little video because I haven't had time to do so in quite a while, so I'm doing this now. The topic of today is gonna be why boredom is a good thing, or to be bored. And I've written down several reasons. Let you dive into this journey, realization, reflective session with me. We are at my current old bedroom. It's now a guest room, and I stayed over now twice here since I moved. And what I have done recently or in the new year is to delete my socials again, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube even, because I tend to doom scroll when I'm bored. I am never quiet bored because I always have something to do, something in mind, planned, and I'm always quite busy. I have this buzz in me. I am never really bored, but I realize that it's actually good to be bored out of several reasons. One reason is if you are bored, you are trying to set your priors straight. For example, if you don't have time for something else, it's because your priors are somewhere else, like another thing. Like the time is never wasted, but you set your priors for one thing instead of the other. So if you're bored, you are a bit more in a reflective state. You're thinking about a lot of things, your thoughts just move around, and you can rethink your priorities and try to set them straight. For example, what does really matter in life? To me, this is relationships, things that make me happy, maybe even like ambitious things as my career or things I want to achieve, things I want to experience or live through. So these are kind of priorities that you can set straight if you're bored, and otherwise you maybe wouldn't do this because you are always buzzing around, as I always am. Then, as mentioned before, no doom scrolling. I tend to pick up my phone wherever I'm bored and just scroll to get that next adrenaline or endorphins in my body, next happy hormones because I saw a cute puppy video, or I don't know, something to smile at. Can be many different things. I think it's nothing bad, but if it tends to get a habit of just scrolling hours away, scrolling our lives away, I think it's really, really bad for ourselves. Even some studies that are quite insane that say the more time you spend on your phone, the less time you have reading, or the average books per year that people reads tend to go down and down and down the more time they spend on their phone. And for the average, that is 2 to 4 hours a day, which is insane. Like, can you imagine what you could do with all this time differently? Let's say you only spend 2 hours each day on your phone. This is 1 month wasted a year. If it's four, it's even 2 months. Like, no sleeping, nothing else, just on your phone. This is so crazy. So, this leads me to the third point. If you're bored, you have this space, and this space is a continuum of times. You have a lot of more time, a lot of more time to do whatever you want to do, whatever you like, whatever brings you happiness and joy. So, this is an insane reason why it's good to be bored. Fourth thing is more self reflection, because you have this time, you have this space, and you have it with no one else. So you can reflect a bit. I tend to write down in my little booklet, Moleskine book, sometimes things I struggle with that I cannot really share, or things I want to talk about, things I want to do in the future. I use this time, for example, in a train ride or when I commute to work, to do a little self reflection. Or what I also do, what kind of is self reflection, but in a passive way, is meditating. This helps me to get my thoughts a bit more straight and just be a bit more content with life. And whenever I meditate, I have a happy day. And otherwise, I'm okay. I'm never really negative or a person in a bad mood, to be honest. But this helps me to pursue my happiness a bit further. And self reflection leads you to much more realizations and also priority settings in life, with the relationships, with goals that you have, and so on. Fifth thing, getting in the flow. Whatever you're doing when you're bored, it can help you to get in the flow of things in a state of mind. For example, you are bored and you decide to go running, or you decide you want to paint, not to avoid this boredness, but to lean towards it, in it. And when you do, you get in a flow state, and there's nothing more beautiful than this. In this flow state, you think of nothing else. You are truly present. This can also happen in conversations. And this is often when you allow yourself to have this time and space to feel bored, and this boredom towards to like it turns towards the present moment. And there's nothing more beautiful than this. Sixth thing, which I cannot really. Five. What? Boredom can lead to more creativity, ideas, and etc. Like, for example, whenever I'm bored, I think about the things I still want to do, I still want to experience, I don't know, content ideas, and then I write them down. And with ideas, it's funny because they search for a vessel. So if it's not you who turns them into a reality, then it's someone else. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. But when you have the urge to do something, you should totally do so. Only good things. Talking about creating here, art, plans that you want to turn into reality, and not something with bad intentions. But talking about things you want to address, something you care about or are interested in, and you want to share this with the world, even maybe, or with a friend. I think this is something beautiful. You have the space and time that gives you even more. It's not a void, it's not an empty space. It's a room that fills itself with a lot of good things. 7, 5, and 2. Picking up new hobbies. Boredom can help you to pick up finally the hobby that you used to do as a child and forgot about it because you didn't have time to do so. Or it can be a completely new hobby. For example, for me, this would be I love to do yoga. I did it quite regularly and I love running. So now that I have not the social media apps distracting me, I can pick up these hobbies again. Something that I did as a child and I went to try to pursue it again is, for example, ballet. Because I loved this as a child and I think I want to do it again. Even though I feel like a big, quirky, clumsy elephant in a porcelain room when I do so, maybe we also have to lean towards this uncomfortable feeling to embrace this hobby. But when you can do it then, and when you're good at it and you remember the steps and you do it, there's nothing as beautiful as this, like feeling confident in the things that you do, the things you can do. Maybe an anecdote to the whole boredom thing. And the eighth and last thing for today is sitting in stillness can help you to appreciate. For example, whenever I'm walking, going to sleep, waking up, I try to count down the things that I'm grateful for. And this leaves me in a happy, festive, appreciative state. And to be able to sit in stillness is such a gift, because when do we allow ourselves to be not productive, to just sit still straight, like not as I do right now, to just be? Because in this society where we think we need to be always productive, when this is totally not the case, because allowing ourselves to give the space and time to just be is like one of the greatest gifts ever. This is my little summarized version of the things why I think it's good to be bored. If you just think about one thing that I just told you right now, the next time you sit in boredom and stillness, I hope you can learn and realize that it is a good thing, and you should give yourself space and time to feel bored, because it can lead to many other things, other great things in life that you now have the time to prioritize. And with that, I wish you a lovely week and I see you in the next video. P.S. I am planning a lot of content right now, and you can look forward to a lot of architecture related content in the future. Till then, take care and I see you.